today is HOLLIER ARCENEAUX. She is the co-owner of the Gilded Lily Design Studio in Baton Rouge, where they have some very exciting things going on that we're going to hear about today. So to begin, Anne, thank you so much for being here today.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
And we appreciate you driving across the basin to kind of spend some time with us. What is the Gilded Lily Design Studio? Anyway, what do you do over there?
Well, it's a very eclectic shop. We kind of started off, we were going to be a design studio by appointment only.
Are you a designer then? You design
jewelry.
Jewelry.
We do any kind of designs, but we specialize in pearls. We import pearls from all over the world, from China, Japan, the South Seas, from Australia, you know, from the very smallest to the very biggest.
Yeah, who'd have thought, huh? When you just kind of sit around, you don't even think about importing pearls and doing jewelry design, but that's part of what happened at the Gilded Lily, but not all of it, I take it.
Not all of it. We were fortunate enough recently to be commissioned to design the bridal hair comb for the new Twilight movie, Breaking Dawn 1.
Which is really the reason that you're here today, but it's a good opportunity to talk about what you do. How in the world does somebody get a commission to design the hairpiece for a blockbuster mega movie?
It's kind of mind-boggling, but we were very blessed. I feel like an act of God for sure, but also word of mouth. I think that the movie studio really tries to use local people to design their prop replicas, and in some cases they aren't able to do it, but they used a lot of different local people to do a lot of different things. And when they were looking for someone to design the hair comb,
Bella's hair comb, by the way.
Bella's hair comb, yes. They asked around, and of course they went to several different places and different people, and some of our peers and some of our just customers and just people that knew about us, that knew that we did custom design, said, you should go to the Gilded Lily if you need something custom designed. And so sometimes opportunity knocks at your door and walks in, and sometimes it just walks in a regular old pair of shorts and a t-shirt and says, can you do this? So we were really blessed.
So I take it that a pair of shorts and a t-shirt walked in and said, hey,
yes,
have I got a deal for you, huh?
Yes. Actually, I should say, I think he was dressed nicely, but it was just came in and kind of gave us an idea of what he was looking for, and we said that we would be able to do that. And so we began by taking the vision that Stephanie Meyer, who is the writer of the book, for those of you who don't know, but most people do know, but for those of you that don't know, Stephanie Meyer wrote the books. In this particular book, in Breaking Dawn, she describes that the hair, well, in the book they talk about hair combs, that it's more than one. And she describes it as your grandmother Swan's hair comb, and that it's sterling silver. And she gives a description of certain things that gave Corman and I, who Corman is my business partner, a vision of what we felt like she was thinking that she was describing in the book. So we felt like that would be the best thing for the movie, you know, for it to really reflect what the original,
what the vision was.
What the vision was, exactly. So in reading the book, we were able to kind of come up with several different things that we thought might be options, and so we drew up several different designs, and those were presented through the studio to Miss Meyer, and she actually had the last say on who was going to, what Bella's bridal comb was going to look like.
So I guess I'm understanding this was a competitive process. You were not the only people then submitting designs, huh?
Actually, no. I think that once they decided that we were
to go with,
yeah, they just decided on us. Then it was just what design was it going to be.
So what do you think they were looking for that made them pick you?
You know, I really, it's like I have thought about it several times, but I think that basically I think that they were looking for someone that appeared to be very confident about that they could do it and that had the experience. We've been in the business for many, many years collectively. This particular business, the Gilded Lily, has only been open retail for 8 years, but both of it, Corman and I both, prior to this, have had other businesses and have grown up in the business. And she, the parent company of the Gilded Lily was C&C Pearl, which was a wholesale-only pearl business.
Out of Baton Rouge.
Out of Baton Rouge for over 30 years. So.
And you were a local.
And I was
from.
Yeah, I'm from Lafayette originally, and my family had Les Amis Florist and Gifts.
Which most of our audience who's over a certain age is very, very familiar with.
Well, we have a lot of people that were, I would say, our brides. My dad was we had jewelry, and we had over 400 patterns of china, crystal, and silver, and we had the big flower shops, and so
it was the place to go. It was.
It was a wonderful growing up experience for me, and I like to think that I took a lot of those things that I learned and put it into the Gilded Lily. And so Corman and I have both taken our gifts and our talents and put them together, and we feel like we've kind of created something that's a little bit different than what you would experience in most places. We like to think that that you're having a shopping experience or fun, when you come to our store. But there's so much more to it than that. I think we all like to think we're making a difference, and that's what it's all about.
And we all, each of us in our own way does make a difference. I say all the time, it's either for better or worse. We're never neutral. We don't pass through this life with no effect. So
you will hear me often talk about my mother said, darling, as long as they're talking about them, it doesn't matter. Talking about you, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, just as long as they're talking about you.
Keep your name out there, girlfriend. Keep your name out there.
Of course, she wanted it to be good.
Yes, mothers always do.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you two, had you read the Twilight saga?
I had not read all the books. My daughter-in-laws just are great fans and had kept telling me, you really need to read these books. You really need to read the books. I read Breaking Dawn, but I had not read all. I admit that I had not read all of the books, and I just hadn't had time. But Breaking Dawn was great, and the movie is going to be in 2 parts. So we actually will have a couple of pieces in the second movie, too.
But we can't talk about that yet because
that's still a secret.
And we're just really unveiling
That's
the
right.
comb
This
now,
the comb. This version of the comb has been out for a while, and this is the $29.95 version that NECA has put out, and this is what they call the prop replica.
Okay, we're going to kind of hold this up so that Pat can get a good shot of this. We're going to push it this way so that she can see.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. And so this is one, and it comes in this box with Bella's picture on it, right?
Yeah, and it says here that it's the exact prop replica, and this is what you would say a fashion jewelry version.
Okay.
It's very nicely made, and the stones are glued into it, and it has a coating on it so that it's not going to tarnish.
Okay. And it's really very pretty. And where do you find this one?
This one you can get at the Gilded Lily.
Okay, okay. But this is
also can get it online. I think that at maybe like Amazon.
Okay. So
or
this one
eBay.
is one that's kind of commercially available.
Right.
This is
I don't know.
like
I kind of thought they were going to have it at a lot of, I don't know if I can name stores, but like Walmart or Target, but I haven't seen it anywhere. So
but
I think that
later.
it's just that you can get it online on eBay and at Amazon for sure.
Or the Gilded Lily.
Or the Gilded Lily.
Rouge, and so this is just this is something that after the studio commissioned you all to make the comb, then they took that design and they were able to mass produce them and sell them.
Exactly.
It's kind of one of those marketing
Exactly.
pieces that comes out of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Which is great fun and
Yes.
would have been wonderful for New Year's Eve, I'm sure, for many.
We had people get them for Halloween. We had people buy them to wear to the premiere. It was funny. A few customers came in and had us put tulle on the back of it to look just like, to look kind of like Bella's, and their girls wore them to the movie, which I'm sure was great fun. We've gotten really great stories. People are coming back and telling us, and we're having people come in, and it's kind of an amazing thing that people are so excited about it.
It takes on a life of its own. I'm just
It
going to
does.
hold this up. I mean, look, guys, she's in People magazine.
That was a few weeks
People
ago.
Magazine. You hear this? Like, and over here on one of these pages, they have your picture.
That's in this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, really talking about the, there you are. Just kind of looking at what's being done here locally and the craftsmanship that we have here. It's a very big deal.
Well, the pride, one of the things that's been just so delightful is people that have telephoned us or come to the store just so excited about the fact that Baton Rouge has gotten this kind of notoriety, and that us personally, that we've been able to have this experience. So it's been really great fun. We've had messages on our telephone. Did you know you were in People Magazine? Yeah, we knew.
So how did you find out that you were going to be in People Magazine?
Well, that was kind of a fun thing. We actually were been very busy gearing up for Christmas, for the Christmas holidays. So we were training some new employees, and one of the things that I hate to admit that we love answering our calls, but we hate having to be the one to get the messages. To go listen to all the messages and write them down. Right. So we had a new employee, and she was so delightful, and we said, well, we're going to teach her how to get the messages. So that was her deal. So she got the messages, and it was the first time she got the messages, and she came to us and said, I think you might want to return this one right away. This is someone called from People Magazine, and we just giggled, we thought she was joking. And she said, no, I'm serious. And the message was a kind of an urgent message from the young lady at People Magazine, because she wanted to include, they were going to press the next day, and she needed to have this that night, and she wanted to be able to include the information in this segment where they were showing the back of Bella's wedding dress for the first time in the magazine, and they were, talking about Carolyn Herrera having designed the dress, and that Alfred Angelo is going to be marketing the dress in, I think it's like $799. It's a fairly reasonable price on that dress. The Caroline Herrera version is 30-something thousand.
So it's considerably more.
Yes. So there is a fine version of the dress, a finer version of the dress, as well as the fine jewelry version of the combs.
Which is a perfect segue into, the fact that we can get the $29.99 kind of version of the comb. Right there. But you have others, and the studio has allowed you to do this, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's like
we've been licensed. We had to go through all kind of things to get licensing, and of course, you pay money.
Everything costs something.
Yeah, there you go. But we're really fortunate to have the opportunity, and we're excited about having a collector's edition. This one that I'm handling now is the collector's edition, which comes with a certificate of authenticity that tells you, that it's the original design. It is struck from the same mold that the original one that Bella wore in the movie was struck from, and it is prong set with 163 stones, all inlaid individually in there, and this one has a semi-precious metal, which is bronze for the base, and then it is rhodium plated, which is a derivative of platinum, and the rhodium plate keeps it from ever tarnishing, so it keeps it everlastingly beautiful. Beautiful, yes.
So if somebody got one of these now as a keepsake or an heirloom, it could become a family heirloom over time.
Oh, absolutely. And in the movie, one of the things that they talk about, when they present the comb to Bella in the movie, her father comes out with the box, and he opens the box and he says, we wanted you to have your grandmother Swan's hair comb. We wanted you to have something old besides your mother. He looks at her mother, and then the mother kind of gives the eyes, and then she says, and something blue. So we changed some of the stones to sapphires.
You did that.
Well,
in the movie.
Well,
I mean, in the
yeah,
book they did
in
that.
the book they said it. In the movie they said it, and of course, so that's why we designed it that way, so that it would have the sapphire stones.
So I don't know if you can see that clearly, but yes, you can. So you have the sapphires around the little flowers at the base.
Yes, and in the book it describes that there's a floral motif near the
Okay.
tines. So that was one of the reasons why we did it that way.
Now, you had another design that you did several designs
Oh yes,
for this.
there's like there were several different designs that we did. I don't really know if it'll show up in here, but maybe.
But we're going to hold it up, and we're
gonna hold it up anyway.
See if Pat
But in the
can
middle,
zoom in, really, we're
in
gonna
the
talk.
middle of this little box here, there's one of the designs actually has a pierced swan, and so that was one of the designs. Since the grandmother's last name was Swan, we thought it would be beautiful to.
Okay, we're going to turn it over this way.
Yeah,
we're not going to be able to really catch it. But,
yeah, well,
but
it gives you an idea that it was sterling silver, kind of heavy. It had the diamond and sapphire look to it, and
But-
in the center of it, it actually
made
had
a
a swan that was pierced, so that you could actually see the difference. It could come through. So that was kind of it was an interesting version.
I actually like that too. I like both, but I like the idea of following through on her name and
Yes.
Putting it
So it
as
was
a part
fun.
of
That was
yeah.
part of the evolution of the whole thing, and having a choice for them to, having them to have something to choose from. We actually thought about making that one too, because we think it's so pretty. But
And nobody's supposed
who
to
knows? Right now we have we're doing a harp comb for a 7-year-old that read this article about us in a local. This is called Town Favorites. It's a local magazine
Out of
in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
And and the 7-year-old read this article and told she had been wanting a comb like Muriel, the Disney character.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Muriel has
Yes.
but she wanted hers to be a harp because she plays the harp. So from reading this article about us doing Bella's comb, she went to her mother and said, "This is the place that you need to go." Because and so we're doing a harp comb for her.
Are you designing it for her?
Mm-hmm. It's
Sort of
really
in a
pretty. Yeah,
rigid-
Kelly, who's Corman's daughter, who's also a designer, is working on that. So, and we have several other talented designers, Rose and Julie, and we all kind of bring something different to the table. So it's interesting. You can either bring your own vision in, or we can we can do it, which is fun.
Either way, huh?
Yes, it's very fun. And then we're getting back to the different versions
Right.
of the comb. This one in this box here is this is exactly what Bella wore. This is sterling silver. It has 163 Russian cubic zirconia, Russian formula cubic zirconia. And the difference in that is that the Russian cubic zirconias have 58 facets in them, just like a true gemstone. So it has all the sparkle that a real diamond and that a real sapphire would have. And then again, this is individually prong set.
That is getting very
And it
fun.
has the rhodium plate. So again, it's the derivative of platinum, which will keep it from ever tarnishing. It also comes with a certificate of authenticity and all the stuff that tells you that later on will make it the heirloom that you want it to be, with a little punch to it, because it says that Bella wore exactly the same thing. So.
Now, how much are these two? We know
Okay.
this one's like under
Yeah,
30.
this one's $29.95. This version here, the collector's edition, is $199, and this version here, the sterling silver version, which is the precious metal version, is $399. But for those real twihards, they call them, which is a die-hard Twilight fan, they call them twihards. There is also a $3,900 version, which is 14 karat gold with the same things in it. And then there's a $30,000 version that is 14 karat gold with diamonds and sapphires.
Something for everyone, then.
So, depending on the depth of your pocketbook.
And
but
the
that's
depth but the comb is beautiful. I mean, it wouldn't have to be a Twilight comb to be
Oh,
a lovely, lovely piece
definitely
of
not.
jewelry.
In fact, this photograph over here is a photograph of Kelly, who is Corman, my business partner, Corman's daughter. She went to a Christmas party and she wore the comb in her hair for the Christmas party. We've had several people come in and want them just because they thought they were beautiful. They didn't know anything about what Twilight was. So, it's kind of interesting. But one of the things that they talk about in the movie that was so interesting is when they're presenting the comb to Bella, is they say, "And your first family heirloom." And I think that was one of the things that I really love about what we do is that, especially with pearls, is that nobody ever gets rid of the pearls.
No.
You know, the pearls
No.
are always a coveted thing, no matter, you know, and they're handed down. So having something like this that you could actually have as memorabilia, but also as a family heirloom is a really neat thing, you know, to be able to continue to pass it down and to be able to tell that story. And I mean, you know, I know that right now, if I had something from Gone with the Wind, I would be going, you know, I would love to say, oh, I have this memorabilia from Gone with the Wind. Well, I think that I don't think anybody ever thought we would be comparing Twilight to Gone with the Wind, but I really do think that at some point that admiration for that movie that we have for Gone with the Wind will be the same, you know, will continue in the years to come.
Because it's a classic.
Because it's the classic of this age.
Yeah.
It's the, you know, it's going to be, that series was just, I mean, so powerful in so many ways. And interestingly enough, I think that it appeals to men and women because it has the drama and it has the excitement and the stuff that interests men, and then it has the romance that interests women. You know, I think that what I've heard over and over and over again is it's a love story, you know.
It is a love
and
story.
everybody loves a love story.
It is a love story.
And I think that romance is just intriguing always, and it's something that you want to feel again. You want to see that again. You want to experience that again.
You want to believe that it's.
You want to believe in it, you know.
Yeah.
But then yet it has all this, you know, excitement with the vampires and the werewolves and the, you know. So I think it's a movie that's really, the whole series is very interesting to men and women. Although I think there's some men that don't want to admit it, but
there's secret.
I recently was at the dentist, and my dentist said, "Well, I have to admit, I did see the movie."
I mean, I think
So,
everybody's seen the movie. I
yeah.
mean, it's like, or
well,
some
and then
of
it's
the movies.
there are those that wait till it comes out on DVD, which will be coming out before too long. It's still in the movie theaters now, but it will be coming out on DVD in, you know, maybe a month, and so there'll be a resurgence then of people getting excited about that.
But whoever would have thought when those books came out that you would be sitting here, you know, comb in hand, so to speak, you know, kind of just a whole new opportunity, a whole new creative opportunity, I think, but also an opportunity to really create a family heirloom that has an additional story attached to it.
Absolutely,
You know, and I think
absolutely.
that's what we're talking about. Is, you know,
We're excited about having had the opportunity, and we are hoping that this will open more doors for other things like that. But you never know.
nope, you never, ever, ever know. Follow the dots, and they will lead you where you need to go.
There you go. There you go. So we're open to all the new excitement that is coming from this, and appreciative.
If people want to get a comb, other than this one, which even this one you have at your shop.
Yes,
but,
we do.
I mean, do you have like an unlimited supply, or are you making them to order, or?
Well,
how's this whole
there
thing
will
working?
not be on these two. There's going to be a limited amount on this and this. Okay, this one I have no idea. I know that they still have a lot of them right now,
studio's
but
making those.
well, it's NECA is the company
Okay.
that's doing these, and we do sell them, and they are on the website also. This is going to be, I can't say exactly how many yet, but I mean, it's not in relation to the fact that we're sending them to Australia, Germany, Japan.
Really?
We're sending them all over the world. Australia, really, they were crazy about the movie. So there's so many interesting stories about it, and people that, I had a lady that drove in from Atlanta to buy one of the combs, to take our picture, and to have us autograph her People magazine. So we've had lots of fame and notoriety from it.
That's a little celeb status for you, huh? You never know. You
It's
never
funny.
know. It's great.
It's been fun, though. We've had such a good time with it.
And I'm so proud of the work that y'all are doing.
Well,
over
thank you.
there.
You know, we're
It makes us all feel good to have.
well. You know, I'm
success.
so thrilled that the movie company was, you know, so good to Baton Rouge, to have, you know, involve so many different local people, and having that Celtic studio in Baton Rouge. We're getting ready to have another $10 million movie filmed Tom Cruise is filming a $10 million movie, so.
I love it. It's a
Yeah.
great industry. And
It
thank you
is.
so much for being
Oh, it
here
was so
today.
much fun being here. Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate you having me.
Thank you. And thank you for watching The Extra Mile.